What's up, Rabo fans? We're out here this morning in the Blue Mountains. Very first ride on the brand new Giant Glory. Taking a bit more of an informal approach to this first impressions video, being it's literally my first ride. We've done about 4 or 5 corners so far. So throughout the session, just going to talk you through a few of the feelings and thoughts around the bike, live as I'm feeling them, so to speak. Yeah, first impressions straight off the back. This thing is super light. I don't know exactly what it weighs. It's got to be in the 16s there somewhere. We'll get those details for you, but really light. I can really feel myself accelerating when I'm pumping through the little undulations and rocks and pulling out of berms and that kind of thing. So yeah, let's see how the session progresses, and we'll give you the blow-by-blow take on the all-new Giant Glory Advanced Carbon. Rightio, here we are, Giant Glory Advanced. So keeping on theme with the rest of Giant's range, they've included quite a few geometry adjustments in this bike. So up front, we've got an offset with the headset cups. So out of the box, we've got 0mm offset, so our midpoint. We can go plus or minus from this point to extend or retract the reach, 5mm in either direction. We've got a bottom bracket height adjustment down here. So again, out of the box, that's set in the mid, but I can go higher or lower with my bottom bracket from there. And these adjustments are super easy. There's no like specific tools, couple of Allen keys, a little bit of mechanical aptitude, and you're away. We've also got a long and a short chainstay option here. So basically this little flip chip there, that'll go sort of 180 in either direction. Out of the box, it's in short, but we can also go plus, well, that looks like it might be about 10, 12mm. This bike's that fresh that the brake pads aren't even worn in. I haven't fully read the geo yet, but we'll get all those details, throw them up on the screen for you. This puppy comes out of the box built as a mullet or a mixed wheel as well, but you can also run this as a 29er, but out of the box comes as a mullet. Probably the more sort of popular option these days, unless you are finding yourself on the World Cup stage. So yeah, let's get a couple more little sessions in, a few more little laps. I really would like to get these brake pads bed in by now, and we'll keep on trucking, eh? So Giant have spec'd this new Glory with a little bit of a mixed bag as far as the group set and the brakes go. We've got a full SRAM GX 7-speed downhill group set, tried and true, bulletproof basically. They've also chucked on a nice little MRP SXG chain guide on the bottom there for us. 165mm cranks naturally on a downhill bike. We've also got the tried and true Shimano Saint brakes on here, 8-inch rotors. I have noticed, I haven't been on a pair of Saints for a little while now. They're pretty noisy, like the brake pad rattle. So that's like probably the only noise I'm hearing on the bike. Brand new bike, so it should be nice and quiet. And for that to be the only noise on these rough trails, that's pretty bloody impressive. So they've also got like a bunch of Giant sort of finishing parts on there. We've got a Giant bar, Travative Descendant stem, which is nice. They chuck in some stem spaces with that as well out of the box. Giant saddle, seat post, Giant wheel set, wrapped thankfully in some sticky Maxxis downhill casing tyres, which we'll be putting those through their paces further down the hill where the going gets rough. We'll see if we can keep some air in the tyres today, hopefully. See how we go. So it's been about 6 months since I last had a downhill test bike. They're sort of few and far between these days. But first thing I've noticed jumping back on this Glory, the Maestro system throughout all the bikes, all the Giant range, does feel super familiar. So it's not like jumping on a completely foreign thing. Like it's definitely got characteristics that you can feel through the whole range. I feel at home straight away on it, as you can see. Like this is literally first ride, Obviously I ride a lot of different bikes very regularly, but it can be a little bit daunting. Like I do get a little bit nervous if I haven't ridden a downhill bike for a while. So it's very comforting to know that you can just jump on a Glory if you've never ridden a downhill bike or you're getting back into it, and it's not going to take a long time to feel comfortable sort of on the same sort of trails you ride an enduro or trail bike on to get up to speed. Another good thing to touch on with the Maestro linkage system is it does feel very active. Look, that's not going to be for everyone. Some people want a more, dull sort of, just want to send it. Don't worry about your line, monster truck type of feel. I quite like that active feeling within the bike. I like having a bit of feedback. Like if I'm pumping through sections, I like to generate a lot of speed via pumping, coming from sort of a 4-cross BMX background. And you really do have a sensation of what the bike's doing underneath you. That's not to say that it feels rough and chattery or anything like that. Obviously, if you don't spend any time setting up your suspension, it definitely could. But overall, the liveliness of the Giant Glory, I feel is a positive thing. Particularly on, if you're watching this, you're probably an Australian viewer. If you're looking at like a downhill race bike for Australia, or you're just lapping Threadbow for the season or whatever, our trails and tracks, even at Threadbow, they're just not quite fast enough to warrant, your big, massive, buttery, 2-meter long bikes. It's easy to get tied up in, what the media says from other parts in the world where it's not really applicable for the stuff that you're going to be riding every day in Australia. So I've been so far really impressed with, the activeness and the feedback that I'm getting from this bike, pumping and jumping through the flatter parts of the trail at least, while still you've got a lot of support and a lot of still very predictable through those rough sections. Like when we get into the really rough chattery things, it's not sort of jumping in and out of lines or anything like that. Once you got the speed up, and again, we can make this thing longer, we can make it shorter, we can make it a bit slacker. You could put a 29-inch rear wheel on it if you really wanted to get that more monster truck feel. But out of the box, this thing is ticking all the boxes. Well, this first impressions clearly hasn't gone to plan. While we're here, we might as well talk about the suspension though. So, keeping on trend with the Giant factory off-road race team, Giant have spec'd Fox factory suspension. Naturally, Fox 40 up front, tried and true. What do we got? We got a Grip 2 dampener in there, basically with the Fox suspension. First ride, I'm just going straight off their recommendation. Air pressures, clickers. Obviously it comes spec'd with a 450 pound spring for a medium. Same thing. I normally go a little bit faster on the rebound on the rear than Fox's recommendation. But yeah, the combo of the Maestro linkage, tried and true, with Fox suspension. Basically they've got their tunes dialed across all bikes. Recently I've had Trance X, last year I had the new Rain. Their tunes are really, really good out of the box. They obviously put a lot of work in the development, all that sort of stuff. As you can clearly see, I've clipped the derailleur. I can't remember the last time I broke a derailleur, to be honest. Touch wood. So this session's over for now, but we'll pick this up maybe next weekend, something like that. And yeah, we'll go from there. Ciao.